Hey kiddos, it's me again, and I am here to go over our Friday lesson for you guys, which is Let's Write. And today I'm going to be talking about writing a book report. This is something that we have not done, and it's okay if it's not done correctly. We just want to keep you guys writing, okay? So I'm going to show you my screen. This is our Reading Street book that we have here in the classroom. I'm just viewing it online. So your goal today is to write a book review, okay? So I'm gonna show you a couple different ways to do this and give you some information about writing a book review. So if we look here, it's gonna tell us what a book review is. A book review is a kind of written report that provides an opinion about a book. Awesome, guys, we've done opinion a million times. You got this. The student model on the next page is an example of a book report or a book review. So we'll go over this in a minute. Your job, this is your writing prompt. This is the question that you're supposed to answer, what you're supposed to be writing about. Sorry, got an itch. Okay, so think about this story or another story or book you have read recently. Write a book review of it, explaining to readers whether they should read it. Okay, so I want you guys to pick any book that you want. It could be a book that you hated, it could be a book that you loved. It's your choice, it's open, it's free. Okay, think of it like this: if you have seen the movie Ratatouille, okay, my kids have watched this a million times, and I forgot what that food critic's name was, but so Linguini prepared the food, but really it was Ratatouille, and they sent out the food, and all of those critics were in there, and they write reports of how well the food tasted. So luckily, in Linguini's favor, the food critic really liked his food, so he gave him a good review for his restaurant, okay? So sometimes, most of the time, that food critic gave every restaurant a bad review. So what this means is you could view those critiques in newspapers, and some online you can review them. A lot of times if you're purchasing something like on Amazon, you can scroll down and see the reviews to see how well it was, if it lasted, if it comes as the picture shows it. So you can get more information about it to help you decide. So in this case, you're trying to help someone else decide if they want to read this book that you're talking about, okay? So here's a student model. The name of the book was Marta Moran. Whoa, that's weird. Moran, I've never seen my name anywhere else. Weird. Okay, the book review, Moving to the Country, okay? So if you like horses, then you'll love reading the exciting fiction story, Moving to the Country. I just want to say right there, my students know about this. We've talked about it, but that's a hook. You're trying to draw your readers in. Your hook might be something bad if it's a bad book review, or it might be something fun and exciting if you're writing a good book review. All right, continuing on. The story is about a girl named Lucy who has to move from the city to the country. Okay, they're telling you the main idea of the story. She really doesn't want to leave her friends behind. So here's the problem. She likes riding her bike, and she doesn't want to live out in the middle of nowhere with nothing to do. So here's her reason for not wanting to move. When Lucy finally gets to the country, she finds herself living on a ranch with horses. Lucy is glad she moved because she loves the horses. So this is telling us how the story ends. It's a good ending. It's a happy ending. Read this book or you'll never find out what happens on the ranch. Okay, there's another hook, an ending hook. You'll be glad you did. It's a really exciting book with a great ending. So right here, this makes me want to read the book because I want to know what happens in that ending. Marta Moran says that has a great ending, so I'm like, I really want to read this now because I want to know how the book ends. Okay, so there's an example, and if you need to, you can just keep this up on your screen, and when you're writing, you can refer back to this to help you out, okay? So when you are writing, you can look at this checklist here. It's a writer's checklist. Remember, you should give the name of the book in the first paragraph. We always have to refer to it. So when we're writing about the bird nest, that story was Around One Cactus. No, Amazing Bird Nest. I'm sorry, that story was Amazing Bird Nest. We had to say, in the story, Amazing Bird Nest, blah, 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 blah. We have to say where we're getting this information from. So here, Marta says the story right here, okay? And she underlined it. Next, explain what the book is about. That's what she did here. She explained it's about a girl who has to move to from the city to the country, says why she doesn't want to, and then what finally happened at the end of the story. Tells readers if you think they might want to read it. Right here, she's telling us that we want to read it. Use conjunctions to combine sentences. Conjunctions, I believe, are what we are learning this week in our grammar skill, okay? And they highlighted these words here. And is a conjunction, and or is a conjunction. You can see here, conjunctions are used in compound sentences. Compound sentences are two small sentences that are joined together. So in this case, she likes riding her bike, and she doesn't want to live out in the middle of nowhere with nothing to do. So that this could be a sentence and this could be a sentence, but they're combining it with the word and making it into one sentence. That's what conjunctions do. Lastly, on our checklist, indent paragraphs correctly. Remember, indent, indent, indent. If you're typing it on a computer, you can click tab. Sometimes tab works. I know on some computers, they don't have tabs, so you just click spacebar 5 times. That could be your indentation. Or if you're writing it, your 2-finger space at the beginning, and then you start writing there. Okay, don't forget those indentions are so important. So as you are writing your book review, you can come back to this checklist here. And I just wanted to show you one other thing here. So this is something I found to help you organize. So on your piece of paper, you will write the title of your book, the author of your book, the illustrator of the book, and the plot or nonfiction topic. So if I were reading a fiction book, say it was, what book? Prudy's Problem, okay? The plot was that Prudy had a big problem, right? That's the main idea of the story. If I were reading a nonfiction topic, a book about Arizona, my nonfiction topic would be Arizona because the book is all about Arizona. That's my main idea. And then you're gonna say my opinion, okay? If you're writing about Prudy's Problem here, my opinion is that you will really enjoy this book. That's not a good example, but I'm just giving you an example to work with. My opinion, you will learn tons of information from reading the book Arizona, okay? So this is just kind of to get you started here. And then I wanted to show you this guy. This was a graphic organizer. Oh, okay, there we go. I want this one. Here, let me go back here, and then I'm going to share my screen with you guys again. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Okay, so this is what I want you to see here. So basically, just like you saw in the book, Marta had an introduction, she had a body, and a conclusion. Okay, so if we refer back to I forgot what the book is called, but I know that Miss Baker has gone over it with her class and Miss Emmons' class, and then in my class I talked about it too. But when we're talking about a piece of writing, we have 3 parts, okay? And remember, we talked about the train. A train really has 3 parts too. It might have a lot in the middle, but it has 3 parts. It has the engine, right? That's at the beginning of the train. This is what you see first. So here, your introduction is what you see first. This is what is going to get your readers going to want to keep reading this, okay? Just like the engine keeps the train going and going and going. And then in the middle of that train, you have the cargo cars. It could be 2 cargo cars. Most of the time, it's a lot of cargo cars. So that, and it's holding all the important stuff, okay? The body of your writing holds all the important stuff too, all those details, okay? And at the end of the train, you have the caboose, okay? That's the thing you see last. The conclusion is the thing that your readers will read last, okay? So I just wanted to go over that with you guys too to make it super simple. So your job is to now find a book that you want to review it. You can use any of those methods that I showed you, and then please, please, please share it with us. I know that your parents or you can take a picture of it and then email it to us, or you could type it and then email it to us. However, we would love to see your book reviews, okay? If you guys have any questions, as always, please ask. We're here for you.